going on, everybody? It has been a long ass time since I did a YouTube video. I want to say probably at least 2 months. So, if anybody has been looking for them, which I highly doubt, I would like to say I'm sorry. Amidst this pandemic and everything that's going on, I have decided, for the better part of my judgment, for my kids' sake and everything else, not to drive Uber and Lyft. I have not drove since March 6th or 7th or something like that. What's up, Trevor? I have been trying to honestly just relax. My full-time job did not close. My full-time job actually got here for a while once the pandemic hit, so I was getting some overtime there. But yeah, I have not driven Uber and Lyft since the beginning of March. I did not really have a need to. Once my money started to get a little bleak, I was going to consider doing it. Um, and then we got a stimulus check. Um, so yeah, I didn't need to. I was good enough. I didn't claim unemployment for Uber and Lyft because I was still technically working through my full-time job. So I didn't feel a need to take money that I could have claimed to get money for Uber and Lyft, but I technically don't need it. I don't feel that I deserved it because I worked 40 hours already. So to make a long story short, I personally chose not to collect unemployment for Uber and Lyft because just my own personal beliefs. I don't feel that I should take money that I don't need. What's up, Hogan? How are you guys doing? How's everybody? Um, Now, with that being said, probably not this weekend, but 2 weeks from now, um, I might go out Friday. I might go out Friday and see how it is in my area. I know a few people have been telling me that they've been getting some good days. My city is actually supposed to go green on Friday, so it might be a good time to go out and make some money. I don't know. I still have mixed emotions with it. Um, Mainly because I don't want to bring something back to my kids. Um, I don't feel that I should take. I don't want to bring anything back to my family or to my kids or anything like that. Um, Now, what I will say, guys, and I do have some good news. Well, I think it was good news. It was actually kind of cool. Um, Somebody got in touch with me from Britain for a show over there called Fights Camera Action or Fights Action Camera. I can't remember. I think it's Fights Camera Action. Um, I did an interview with them, and they used my video for their show. So if you live in the UK and you watch that show, you might see me on there. Um, but yeah, I did a pretty good long interview with them. I did see the video. I have it recorded. So that I might post at some. Um, so yeah, I might post their version. Um, at some point because it's a different take on the whole thing. I actually thought they did a really good job. Um, but yeah, that whole thing's said and done. The people are in jail. Everyone's caught. Um, this Saturday, actually, I'm going to be going camping. So I was thinking of doing some camping videos and getting more into that because that's something that I really want to do. Just nature trails, things of that nature. Um, just doing general exploring, going out and exploring my area, state parks, things like that. Um, and just doing stuff like that in general, showing how to set up certain things. And Hogan, I firmly feel that if you're going out in public, you should have a mask on, not just for yourself. It's a whole thing about Okay, guys, here's my thoughts on COVID. COVID to me is ridiculous. The whole thing, we protect against the flu, we protect against all this other stuff, but a lot of people don't get the flu shot. I have not, I've been lucky, I have not had COVID yet. Not saying I won't get it, but I've not had it yet. My fear is me not getting it now or not being exposed to it now. Later down the lines, whenever it decides to mutate and becomes worse, I don't have antibodies to protect myself against it. Wearing masks, I do, however, feel that whether you have it or not, if you're in public, if you're going to a grocery store, out to eat, anywhere where you're going to be around people that you don't normally see, then yes, I do feel you should have a mask. If you are driving in my car, since this car I use for specifically for my kids when I have them, yes, I do feel that anybody who's in my car should have a mask on. Same as me, when I drive somebody, I'm gonna have a mask on. Now, if nobody's in my car, I'm taking my mask right off. I'm only gonna have my mask on personally if somebody's in my car with me and it requires it. But they need to be, dude. All of these states, if you look at, all of these states around that have reopened, the cases have started to go up again because people are getting too laxed and they are being too just easygoing with this. This isn't going to go away. It's not something, like, it's here to stay. I hate to say that, but this whole thing is here to stay. It just is. I feel that, unfortunately, it's a disease that affects older people. I mean, it affects everybody, but a lot of people that are dying from this are the elderly, people that have more than one complication, and things like that. So, with that stuff being said, wouldn't you want to protect your kids and your parents and your grandparents? No, as far as I know, the Hollywood Casino hasn't reopened, but I believe we all go green on Friday, Hogan, so most likely that'll probably end up reopening, but I have no idea. Cash. So the coronavirus is staying here forever. I mean, yeah, it's just like every other virus. I mean, we have the flu every single year. It's not something that, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to go away anytime soon. They're gonna come up with some vaccine like they do supposedly, but you don't know how long that's going to take if they can come up with a vaccine. I mean, technically, if you look back, when I was growing up, AIDS was a big issue. Technically, guys, they still don't have a vaccine for that. I mean, they have vaccines. They don't have a cure. They consider it a curable disease because they have medicine that helps against it and that you can live comfortably with. So it's technically considered a curable disease. There's no cure for AIDS. I think it's crazy that people freak out about it. You know what I mean? Like, somebody that I know, if somebody doesn't have a mask, they go nuts. And do I feel that everybody should have a mask when you're in like a grocery store and things like that? Yes. But at the same time, those are those stores and those places of business regulations. In the state of Pennsylvania where I'm at, you're required. It says. So that's just my recommendation. Also, like, I was going to go drive 3 or 4 weeks ago, or I can't remember exactly when the whole Black Lives Matter, the rioting out single drive, and then all the riots started going. So I decided not to. But I do want to get back out there. I want to make some money. I don't need to make a lot, but I want to make some decent extra money on the side. And that's the thing that scares me with next year with my kids going to school. It's like, what is school going to look like next year? It's not going to be the same as it was. Um, Me and my ex-wife decided not to enroll my kid in kindergarten. We're going to wait a year and just do it ourselves, because the way that the kindergartners are looking, like, there's no way a 5-year-old kid is going to wear a mask all day long and be able to social distance himself for 8 hours. It's just not going to happen. So looking how schools are going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of schools go to having, like, in school, breaking it apart and having, like, your kids go 1 day or 2 days a week, and have kids go different days to school, and then the rest of the days are all online or something like that, because there's no way that you're going to be able to do school how it was last year. It's just not going to happen. There's too much restrictions with this COVID-19. But I am trying to get on here more, guys. I just want to let everybody know that right now. It has been a long time since I've done videos. YouTube was never a priority for me. I just did Uber and Lyft, and then when I started doing videos, it's something that I like to do. It's something that I want to do. It's not a major priority in my mind, but I will try to do a video at least once a week going forward, if possible. If that's okay with everybody, I don't really care. I'll try to do one once a week. It all depends on what's going on in my life. Randy Lee, thank you, Randy. But I can't guarantee they're going to be about Uber and Lyft, guys. Uber and Lyft, in my opinion, is kind of a dead subject. There's enough people out there that are doing it. If I go to Philly or if I go driving, I might talk about my night or talk about things that I want to. Definitely, Hogan. I want to try at least do one a month on a weekend. But again, I have to see how the COVID shit goes. But money talks and bullshit walks. So once my money starts to get low a little bit, where at in Philly? I'll definitely be going down there at some point. I'm just not sure when it's gonna happen. Probably in July and probably in August. Probably once a month for the rest of the year, depending on my camping trips. I want to try. I have 2 weekends off without my kids. So one weekend I'll probably dedicate to camping, and the next weekend I have off, I'll probably dedicate to Uber and Lyft. But I also have been trying to do Uber and Lyft, like figure out how to make Uber and Lyft work, as well as making time for myself between my full-time job, my kids, Uber and Lyft, other things I want to do. I want to get into camping more. I want to do backpacking. I want to do, like, knot tying, things like that, and get back into nature a little bit, and just food for the soul type of thing. So I will definitely talk to you guys about all that stuff, and I will definitely come out with some better videos once I do that. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you when I see you guys. Have a good one.